pleasant good night to one and all. Greetings to each and every one of you. Dangriga Mabuga Nieho. Greetings all. Wherever you may be tonight, wherever you are connected from, be it your home in Belize, be it you're somewhere in the diaspora, you might be right here in Dangriga, Hopkins, St. Bite, Belize City, Placencia. Greetings to each and every one of you. Tonight, I will be joined by an activist, a brother who have been holding the flames, shedding light as to what's going on in our beloved country, Belize. This brother has been fighting national issues, and I think tonight somebody commented earlier and said, why have two activists on a show? And I will talk about that in just a bit. It's not an issue, it's not a big deal. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I welcome every comment. Abner, my brother, Abner Baka, blessed night, good night, good night. Everyone, brothers and sisters, hailing from San Pedro Tong, Amberg Risky. Abner, greetings, my brother, greetings. I salute you. You made it to the protest over the on Monday, and I salute you for that as well. So listen up, folks. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I come on live. I'm here because I believe that we have to hold those accountable, those who are given the privilege to hold the purse, the public's purse, right? To be accountable for the public's, for we the people, for our monies. And I want to ask each and every one of you, when you comment, if you comment, first and foremost, I welcome all of you to share your views, to share your opinion on anything that might be shared on this channel. However, let's be honest with each other. Let's be fair. And make sure that when we comment on a topic or on an issue, make sure we stick to the topic at hand. All right? We're all human beings. We're all passionate about something. I am passionate about my beloved town, Dangriga. I love this town. I was born and raised here. And so when I see things out of hand or not in place, I try to shed light. All right? So that's all I ask of all of you. Some of you who might be here just to see what Cyril Uruwei has to say, who he's going to address, or, let's not forget that we are all human beings. One day, the time will come when our time here on earth will expire. We know they have to live, we know they have to stay. So let's be mindful of that, how we treat each other, how we try come at each other. And I'm saying this because the culture in Belize, when it comes to it would never get old to say that Belize is so politicized. Like, people will victimize you if you speak out. People will put you out, put your business out in the media if you offend them or if you offend their party. Like party politics here in Belize is really on a level where it becomes dangerous. It becomes dangerous for the regular man to speak up, to speak out. And while I'm at it, while I'm waiting for my brother Raymond Rivers, I want to share. I'm making it a habit to have a weekly photo, a photo of the week. And this morning, I shared a photo that I took of Dr. Gwen Nunes Gonzalez and Marador. So if you guys haven't seen this photo, I will put it up on the screen. I got to big up Dr. Gwen Nunes and Marador. You know, I saw them interacting on the beach, and I said, listen, well, I said to myself, this year will be a really nice shot. One of my favorite thing to do, I love photography, right? And my favorite thing to shoot or my favorite style of photography are candid moments. I like candid shots. So when I saw Dr. Gwen and Marador in action, I had to just take a quick snap of this picture and said to myself, I got to share it with you, with all of you guys, with all of you folks. So look out for weekly photo of the week. I have tons of photos in my archive, and I'm always moving around and see things, and I would stop and just take a picture of whatever it is that inspires me. So that out of the way, I have to give the Dangriga Town Council credit. Let me pull up this file here. I got to give the Dangriga Town Council credit for paving. Let's drop this in here. Here we go. So I got to give them credit for fixing the road on the main street, St. Vincent. This has been long overdue. So hats off to the mayor, hats off to whosoever is responsible. Hats off to you. I give you credit. Keep up the good work. This has been long due. But I want to also mention while we're at this. So they're fixing the road. Hats off to you, Mr. Mariano, Mayor Mariano. Thank you for taking care of business. That was long overdue. So I applaud you and your team. If the area rep is a part of it, then I salute you as well. Now, some of the brothers, some of these brothers here, mostly taxi drivers, they are commenting about the steel. Now, I am bringing this up just as a resident, just as a media person. I want to applaud the mayor for taking care of this. This was long overdue. All right, so hats off to you, my brother, Mayor Mariano. Some of the taxi drivers are concerned. They're saying that the wire, if you can see there, I don't know anything about building roads. I have no knowledge. I have basic knowledge of sand and gravel and how to tie steel, but nothing that has to do with roads. So these guys are saying the steel might not be enough, or the mesh steel, something of that sort. And I said I'm going to share this Just so moving forward, if that's the case, if the steel is not the quality steel that we need to use, if they will be building more roads or addressing more roads, then just something for us to pay attention to if that is the case. I don't know if what is there is sufficient. I don't know if we need stronger steel according to what the taxi drivers are saying. I don't know. If somebody know better, inbox me, comment, let me know. So hats off to Mayor Mariano for taking care of that, for addressing that road. I want to, before I bring on, I'm here, my brother, Raymond Rivers. I'm waiting for you. All right, Mr. Rivers is experiencing some technical difficulties to log in. Let me try to get him sorted out. While I am doing this, while I am waiting for Mr. Raymond Rivers to join me, I want to comment on the government's response to Jerry Enriquez's request under the Freedom of Information Act. I'm going to share a file with you guys that breaks down the constituencies, the divisions. Dangriga, the amount of registered voters. Stan Creek West, the number of registered voters. Mesopotamia, the number of registered voters, and how much these constituencies are getting. This will show you guys the malapportioned way how this is designed. Jerry Enriquez has been fighting the government, fighting for redistricting. The government has been spending a whole lot of money on major attorneys to fight against redistricting. Taxpayers' money, our money. And you would think that those who are responsible to look over us, you would think that the ones that we give power to take care of us, would make sure that Stan Creek get its fair share. You would think they would make sure that Dangriga gets its fair share. I want to pull up this document with the different districts and how they are divided. So here's a document. Let me share this document with you guys. This is going to show what each constituency is getting, all right? Belize Rural Central. Let me put this on the screen so you guys could stay with me. And good night to each and every one of you once again. Hams Flores, Lynn Ava. Good night, good night. Screen capture. All right, so here we go. So, family and friends, brothers and sisters, check this out. Now, Jerry Enriquez, under the Freedom of Information Act, requested from the government to release information as to what each constituency is getting, how much they're getting, and how they're spending the money. The government of Belize, this is what they sent. Not even half of Jerry Enriquez's request. So we have here, let's start with Albert, which Honorable Tracy Panton is responsible for. So they're getting $10,000 every month. So Albert is getting 10,000 every month. Let's see how much Dangriga is getting, all right? Now, before we continue, total electors, 3,031. 3,031. You come down to Dangriga. Dangriga has 6,300 electors, registered voters. Albert has 3,031. Dangriga has 6,300. They are getting $10,000 for Albert every month. Dangriga is getting $15,000 every month for 6,300 people. So when you do this, when you divide this per person, so Albert is getting, for each person, each voter to get $3.30. You come to Dangriga, we are only getting $2.38 per person or per voter. Now, let's go to Orange Walk Central. Orange Walk Central, Johnny Bricenio is getting 25,000 every month for his 6,603 people. Now, this is within the same range that Dangriga is in. Dangriga has almost the same, 300 people less. So Orange Walk Central has 6,603. Dangriga has 6,300. So the people, the voters in Orange Walk, they're getting, when they're getting $3.79, each voter in Dangriga is getting $2.38. So all the while, Jerry Enriquez has been fighting for redistricting, for the government to divvy up the districts, the constituencies fairly. For example, Stan Creek West, I said this all the time, Rodwell Ferguson, 11,000 electors, registered voters. Dangriga, 6,300. But neither the era representative for Dangriga nor the era representative for Stan Creek West will call out the Prime Minister and say, yo, we need to redistrict. Dangriga need better. Pomona need better. Hopkins, Sean Bite need better. Silk Grass need better. Hope Creek, Saraway need better. They can't speak on our behalf because it's not the people first. They're not the people first, not the party first. Let me check up on Raymond Rivers. Just loading. I put my name in. Okay. We're going to have to figure out how to bring you on if you're experiencing this type of trouble, my brother. So let me we might have to just do a WhatsApp call. Call me via WhatsApp and then we'll figure it out that way. I have my brother Raymond Rivers joining me shortly. All right. So my brother Raymond is experiencing some technical difficulties signing on. So I might just have to have him join me using audio only. So what I'll do, I will call him via WhatsApp and I will, this is what I'll do here. Let's see.
Good night.
My brother Raymond, greetings. How are you? Raymond, can you hear me?
Good night.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, folks on Facebook, let me know if you can hear the brother. He's not able to come on the internet, but on this live, but we're gonna make it happen via WhatsApp. So give me some thumbs up. I will have him introduce himself. I want you guys to help me, give me some feedback. Let me know that you can hear us clear enough. Raymond, greetings to you, my brother. Welcome to Dangriga Unmuted. Tonight, we have several topics to talk about. But before we go any further, I want you to introduce yourself, tell the people who Raymond Rivers Jr. is, where you come from, and what direction you're going.
I want to say good night to the beautiful people of Dangriga. I'm here. People see me on TV. I have been fighting for the people of Southside, especially the stevedores, for many years against the white devil we call Mr. Ashcroft. I have been on the front line. We have 300 families eating at the port of Belize due to the fight we put up over the last 20 years, and we even got the government to buy the port of Belize from Ashcroft. We would like to see freedom of the Freedom of Information Act on the port of Belize, how the money was spent, and the Belizean people need to start ask questions about this stuff. But that is basically me. I've been on the front line against the Dean Barrow administration. I've been on the front line with the Save the Reef campaign. I've been on the front line with riots in Belmopan, and I've been orchestrated changing of government when they are corrupt. I am very proud of the people of Dangriga. They are resilient, a resilient set of people. They need to understand the graphics and the enemies that will fight against the people of Dangriga. We don't want them, we don't want the people to be uplifted because of certain things that we will talk about tonight. That is Raymond Rivers in a nutshell. I want the best for my country. I want a peaceful country with a murder rate of less than 5 by 2028, 2029, 2030. A national youth movement and corruption at an all-time low.
My brother, thank you for the introduction. We see you, well, let me speak for myself. I see your work online. I see your pieces, the articles you write, the issues you talk about, the corruption you fight against. Now, you made mention of stopping Ashcraft from securing the port in Belize City. I want to ask you, in comparison to the port in Belize City, research, we kind of go straight into this because of what you mentioned earlier, but I want to capitalize on that. So research has shown that the best deep water port, the best area for a deep water port countrywide is Commerce Bight here in Dangriga. It has also, research has also shown that the port in Belize City is not suitable to be the deep water port, to be the main port in our country. Not only is it suitable, but it's costly because they have to keep on dredging. Now, I'm saying all this just to say, with your knowledge and with your experience fighting to keep that port, how would you compare that to what could likely happen here in Dangriga?
Well, I want to tell you this, Brother Cyril. I want to tell the people at Dangriga this. You people in Dangriga, the politicians see you people as pawns in our game for tourism. They see you, they take your culture, they use the drums, they use the attires, the outfits you use on the 19th of November and use your people for just a time. Dangriga have never ever felt the love because we have to understand how the elites think in this game. The elites of this country, what we call the red and the blue politicians, the people at the top, they truly don't want Dangriga to be a tourism hub because of the African heritage you carry. They don't want Dangriga to be a place of beauty, everyone rich, everyone making money, because they consider you people not from here and you came from another country and you found the land here. This is how they look at you people, just like the Mayans. This is how the bigger heads who link with the British to take over this country, the so-called countrymen, this is how they look at the South. Now coming to Commerce Bight. Commerce Bight will never ever happen under the elites, under the UDP elites, under the Briceños, under the Barrows, under the Pantans, under these people who are so-called countrymen and countrywomen. It will never happen. And let me tell you why it will never happen. And tell the people of Dangriga why it will never happen, and why the people of Dangriga will always be a scorn in the eyes of these people. Only on voting day, they want to see you people. After that, they are gone. The reason is that big Chinese investors invest in the port of Belize, and who own the port in Big Creek, they have big say in this country. And the commerce, them bite it as good as it, as deep as it can hold the biggest of ship, it can hold the biggest of cruise ship, it can hold whatever ship come, the mega ships. But they will never, ever uplift your people, because the two ports are in billionaire hands, and billionaire call the shot. They own the politicians. I have heard what they want to do with the stevedores. You saw what they do with the stevedore. They wanted to close the port, move all the cargo up to Big Creek, not commerce, right? They would take all that money and they would run the cargo from up south to Belize, not from the port of Belize to inner city. So look at the money that the people will have to spend to bring all that cargo way from up south to Belize. Again, this is what they have in plan. Miss Melita Finstein and Mr. Mike Finstein, we own the port of Coral Port. They invest millions to save the reef for the day. We had a Save the Reef campaign and they invest millions. The environmental people tell us, "Craft, you cannot build there. You cannot do it. You want to sink the whole land there and you want to destroy the reef." This is how evil these men are, what I call them killers. They will never give Dangriga the chance. And Dangriga is a perfect spot to run the cruise tourism thing. The perfect spot. We have Port Coral, which is perfect too. But I explained to you, we have some evil people at the head of this government that the people vote every 5 years.
My brother, I appreciate your wisdom and I appreciate your passion. There is so much to talk about. Let's shift gears a bit. Eventually, I'll take a look at comments. Now, just recently, there was a protest on Monday to protest against the acquisition of Speednet, BTL acquiring Speednet. What do you have to say about that?
I have run in 2015. I run against Patrick Farber and Lisa Schumer against the UDP and PUP under the BPP, thinking the BPP was a ultimate third party that would, bring the people up together and let the people forget about these red and blue politicians and run this country the way it should run. It didn't happen. I'm saying that to say this. The government of today don't care. And with the detailed transition, it's the acquisition. It's just Ashcraft, full as he is, really as he is, want to lead this country and people, but you have to understand the same so-called countryman that we elect every 5 years is behind Ashcraft leading us. These people get up every day, the Briceños, the Dean Barrow, all these people, the Pantans, they get up every day and see us as slaves. They see us as all they want for us is frustration. I'm coming to the detail thing, but I have to explain to the people of Belize why we are living at the bottom of the barrel when millions of dollars talking is around us. I have to explain so they can see the evil behind why we are bottom of the barrel in this country. And the people who have been through the colleges and the Mona, Jamaica, and this Jamaica and the Westminster thing. These people, your own family member, will still educated, will still have got at this country every year, good at that country every year. These are the people who bring down this country, who swell out the majority. I want a taxi and I could tell you this, bro. The frustration in the young people, hidden, but it's there. It's hidden, but it's there. Just this BTS thing is just what happened to the port. That's why I'm telling you, try to get a freedom of information and the court to see how that money was spent. Over $100 million was spent with so much tax exemption for Fort George, for Ashcraft. Then with Tracy just went to link with Ashcraft the other day. This is why I want the Belizean people to think. Don't sit down and listen to the news, because the news is owned by the UDP and the PUP. But you can watch the news, but you can think. If Tracy just met Ashcraft a couple of days ago, how can that protest be genuine? That was all staged with Yellowman, Ashcraft, Dean Barrow. It was all staged with all these people. That's why they never went through the front door of BTL and went up in that room. It was all staged. Because Tracy cannot, is where her campaign funds will come from next. She have to tread road lightly. Johnny Briceño, no. I heard Johnny Briceño plan was to resign as he signed this BTL smart deal. He would resign the next day and give the country to Cardell. That is what I am hearing from the grapevine. But Tracy is a fake. She cannot riot her boss party out of power. If Tracy is serious, she may riot out Johnny Briceño. If you riot out Johnny Briceño, you riot out Ashcraft. If you rally out Johnny Briceño, you rally out Ashcraft. So I have been in this game. I've been around this game. I know all the ins and outs of this game that they're playing, but the Belizean people don't know. Giovanni Brackett teach me a lot. And I learned the rest through the back, and I watched. Then I watched these people eat out $10,000 in a food, one night. The finest of cheese, whiskey. They talk about how much fabrics they are cut out. When they get in a power, this is when we may take UDP out of power, because we never want UDP to a dictator. That's why they tell the people at Belize, how many MPC are there in Belize? People who can think for themselves.
So let me. How do you know for sure that it was staged, that the protest was staged? How do you know that for sure?
Come down to common sense.
How do you know that for sure?
Come down to common sense, Mr. Cyril. If me and you, right? Let's go put me, you, and your cousin. You the Ashcraft. I just got meet you 2 days ago, 3 days ago. But before you come off, somebody from tourism meet Ashcraft. I don't call no name. Somebody morning before Tracy come off. Everybody saying they come off of the boat because Port George Bill and all the workers there. And they know the person will come off. They know the lady will come off before Tracy come off. Whether from tourism industry, and I get this from good source where they will work at the place. So before Tracy come off, they not tell her that one big PUP come off the morning with some cake and with all kind of thing. So I just show you. We have to use common sense. If you the Ashcraft, me that Tracy, I just meet you. How I protest you the next couple of days. Cyril, I want to protest you you are my friend behind the scenes. This is where the Belizean people have to start thinking, and then the government say, we got 9 days memory and no, we don't have critical thinking. Because common sense is, if she can, why have a protest at detail? Why not protest out Johnny out of power? Why not protest Johnny out of power and then the whole deal crash? Because Cardell want whole power and Cardell don't like Ashcraft.
All right.
Then we try to sign this deal.
Look, so that sounds good and all, right? But I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
No.
How do we know that they want Curdell to hold power? Despite the fact we could say, yeah, he's the deputy prime minister. But how do we know that they will allow Curdell to be the next prime minister? That is not certain.
This country, no Fonseca, no Chula, nobody cannot be the PM because this are not like Patrick Faber. This are not like the PM because this are not like Patrick Faber. This are not like Patrick Faber when Patrick Faber may be the PM. You check somebody promote our next week, but all any distraction because when Dusty Curdell take over the PUP, we are build a national anti-corruption unit. And we are live that Curdell house, just like how they live that Ibrahim Traore house. When Ibrahim Traore said they want to kill him, you know what happened? 3 million, 4 million people flood the street. They can't confident. They can't confident. They have forgot grand massacre, and that's how we are treat Curdell when he reach in because Curdell and I forgot the IMF. And tell the IMF why we want to get just like $8 a gallon. We stop borrow $800 million to fix road. And we want to invest $800 million for build loan house. Then now the thing with Curdell when go tell the IMF when he get in a power. Musa can't talk that. Because then this young leader thing where people know about that and they raise young leaders in this country where we can pick.
So now, why should Johnny Briceño resign?
Johnny Briceño should resign because he is a puppet of the U.S. Embassy Belize. He's a puppet of that lady. I don't know her name, and I don't want to mention her name. Like what I said, whatever I talk, I know, and what they know with fear. Because they know that if a man like me take over this country, the Belizean people don't have nothing to be frustrated about, or nothing for want. You don't have to worry about the banks, then you money, you go borrow money, interest free from the banks. Build your future and build your home. But at the end of the day, Bricenio needs to go because at the end of the day, this man, yeah, done the figure with my. We need the Freedom of Information Act to be real. We need that. We need to go to Trump and tell Trump, you know this lady down here, fire one Minister of Agriculture, they allegedly link it with the cartels, allegedly buying one bulletproof truck, buying bulletproof vest out of government money, and the U.S. Embassy make him resign. Now, where the U.S. Embassy have for Johnny, when the U.S. Embassy and the IMF have to have something for you, it best you resign. If you resign, you do like flow cloth and toilet paper. And the people want to take the licking when then they use European like flow cloth and
So
toilet
Raymond,
paper. Anything. Yes.
Raymond, why Curdell and not Tracy?
Well, Curdell have been trained in secret to be a Ibrahim Traore. Curdell have been trained in secret to be a Sankarat. And the people of Belize maybe don't know these people, but I would say something like a Malcolm X, like a Martin Luther King. I have been in contact with the next PM of Belize, Colonel Hyde, and giving him a lot of advice over the last, I'd say, 20, 30 years. You know, because I want this country fixed, but I don't know who the enemy is. I know who the enemy is. All in the union, in the NUCB, in the teachers union, all of them have lone enemies within. All of them, the workers union, all of them sit down on board and collect $600, $700, $800 every meeting. They got BTL board, Social Security board. All these boards sit down on and they got meeting the whole week.
Now, my brother, you have a lot of information which I value, but I want to ask you the question again.
Yes.
Just so make we stay on track.
Yes.
Why? Hold on. Here's a twofold question. Why should Johnny Briceño resign? And why Curdell and not Tracy?
Johnny Briceño should resign because he compromised. He compromised, long is my. He have bring a shame on the country with the cartels up in the north. He have destroyed the sugar industry. He lied to the people of Belize bare face. It's treason. That is the reason why he should resign. But the Belizean people don't even understand the words of treason and high treason. This man have committed high treason. This man have, not like Budna. But what the man do to Budna, he could do to me now because nobody stand up and they do. He could do to the 400,000 a week. You know what police they tell me why make I shut my mouth before Budna catch me? But I tell them I'm not Budna. I have war billionaire and I still got my life with all the hit when I said for me. That's the one thing I said. Believe the Prime Minister should resign because he's compromised. He have you then do not understand why I tell you the US Embassy no one make you resign, but I tell you should resign because he's compromised with the cartel up in the north. He should resign and the power should come back to Belize because the cartel have access to him every night and day and evening. He is compromised. Now I go to the thing of CSA. The UDP is dead. I don't flag dead horse. UDP could never ever come back. The only way UDP could come back, that God come and fix that. But you know when God and fix that? God and fix that when all the whole hearts in a UDP pass away and a young generation take it over. That's when UDP and come back. So UDP is a dead horse. I cannot talk about UDP because I don't flag dead horse. Curdell no. Curdell is better than Tracy because Curdell have been trained by you bad. His brother was Hyde who talk every morning on the talk show. Real stuff. This man have you bad blood, and you have to understand what is you bad. You bad is an organization that fought against the British but never had the name. You bad was the black people fighting, but look who they gave the father of the nation to, George Price. All these things are to take away our black power. It is hidden. They don't know how to be a Ibrahim Traore. Tracy is a puppet. Tracy is a puppet. Tracy need to check her health and come back again or move out of the way. And maybe what's wrong the UDP altogether? The UDP is dead. So Curdell is the only option. I you know what I use Curdell? People say I promote Curdell. But that's the next in line we could save this country because no anybody else where you pick. Anybody else where you pick right now to say, hold it. Give it to the US. We got digital ID to come. Central bank digital currency. We have these guys, this thing down the pipe to come. And people don't understand Tracy one ride their ship the easy. These people are evil. These people have studied with the Illuminati, the world government, one world government. These people in UDP and PUP are dead evil. What do you think to silence? You see Curdell playing the TV in a minute, but Curdell, you get the teachings behind the scenes, and they believe that people know this. They believe that people know when need to change. But all when I do is sit down and play last because I see the same beliefs and people will sit down and watch this live and ask this question. A lot of them they're in a secret cult. They get a backdoor contract, they get a backdoor deals on the CPM, and all of them where this Illuminati sign off and they call out openly. The country will get washed for like Jamaica one of these days if we don't continue. Because they are, but we only got 400,000 people and everybody could reach. But we greedy, the tiny greedy, the Hindu greedy, the Mennonites greedy. They want to crush down the black nation. I say people. Why you saw the city I look now? The city I look like a dark Belize city. It look like Dangriga. When I go to Dangriga, it's dark. It's dark. Like you got no care, you know, got nothing to do. All the people that go run that casino and the casino rig. Nothing they have to do. No amusement park, no thing, got this, no nothing. Everybody just go in on a house and then from the gas station cut off the light.
I want you to repeat what you just said. It dark like what?
It's dark like Dangriga when I go. And I don't see him. He say, why happened? Because I travel this whole nation. I travel from Chicky Bull to
Watch out.
It's sad.
Veteran, another laugh because it's funny, you know. And they laugh because listen, and they laugh because a lot of way that Griga not get it. We not get it. So I ask you again. You say nothing not to go on a city and a dark city dark like where?
Dangriga, it's dark. Dangriga to be beautiful and white people for the walk the street there in a numerous numbers right now and US dollars to the float. But I don't tell her that you know what they call this, you know what the politician they sit down and eat together the red and blue politician. Why this is our slave plantation. This is what they call this. It is a slave plantation. That's what they say. Why we take it from the British, but we want it now. And that's our cold hard people that are paid. When I let go the slave as leader the slave, then I let go we. What do you think everything that frustration, passport, birth paper, everything that frustration, everything now a frustrating cycle to get something here. Your debt paper, your boy,
Let's
one
brother. Let's shift gears a bit. I want to come back to Jerry Enriquez's request under the Freedom of Information Act. Now, are you informed on that topic?
Yes.
Shed light.
We're back to the country of the so-called people who spend with tax money, who spend the money where you buy every day when you go to shop. You pay, we pay GST even for the baby. When you give your daughter $1, tell her, go buy and watch it. Your daughter they pay GST. Your daughter they pay one general sales tax. Money go in on kaffa every day. When they call kaffa on a big pan. So from 16 in the morning when the first dollar spending in this country, to 16 in the next morning, the government have the where the Moroccan papas, where tax money does strictly in there. Then they have the income money where strictly in there too. So I come back to the top of this country again, the people who have we under control. The so-called people we call countrymen, the Traces, the Dean Barrow, the Bricenio, the Fonseca, the Espat, and all these people is Zabanese. These people are slave drivers. These people are ultimate slave drivers, and I'm not ashamed to say this is a way called up to. I have to preach that before I answer any question. So the Belizean people get it in their head. We not move no way. No way. If we don't know who are the enemy. If we continue voting red and blue, red and blue, red and blue, red and blue, red and blue. You know where red and blue come from? Red and blue come from? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to stay on track. Jerry Enriquez, the Freedom of Information Act, fair representation, redistricting.
No serious uncut body. No set of people where say we the uncut. No 400 people where say we the uncut. So when Jerry Enriquez put on something like that, we have 400 people with uncut shot behind her. Where Jerry got behind her? Who they behind Jerry Enriquez? Who? Which Belizean? Name one Belizean where we still with that man. Name one. We're really not tied to UDP or PUP. Like one literally street man, one literally community man. Who they with Jerry Enriquez? Who they the ombudsman when they disrespect him? Who disrespect the ombudsman? Who disrespect Jerry Enriquez? Ashcraft, Lee Henchman. Jerry Enriquez, the power sinking boat by itself. And you know why the power sinking boat by itself? Because the people of Belize don't understand what is happening. They don't understand what is happening. So Jerry Enriquez, the fight against the fight against Ashcroft at the port, he won against 30 Lion. And the UDP and PUP own the court system, own the DPP, own the Attorney General, own everything. So how Jerry Enriquez want to win? Jerry Enriquez cannot win because he don't have no backup. He don't have 400 to 500 people behind him was redistricting now. 400 to 500 people were ready to run up in the courtroom and destroy everything because nothing makes sense in this country. What makes sense? You could go to court tomorrow, and what they want to do with you? If they want to take you down, Cyril, they have the power. They want the judge, they want the DPP, they want the police, they want the GSU, they want everything. And this is where they could sit down behind closed doors and say, you know, this was still plantation, Jerry Enriquez, the island by own. I would have back him, but I can't back him because I'm going to try to figure out Jerry Enriquez to see if you know me one pan of destruction out of Ashcroft camp. You have to look at things along.
Well, I can assure you that he's not a pan. I can assure you that he's not out of Ashcroft camp. I will never speak confidently about anyone that I don't know, but I can tell you, Jerry Enriquez is an independent thinker.
Yes, I love the guy. I love the guy 100%. I read everything about him, but I have seen bigger Jankunas dance to distract the people. And again, high treason, Fonseca, high treason, Bricenio. How you could hold our country hostage and tell them you know they do not redistricting, and the people sit down and sleep. The people themselves no want no redistricting because the people themselves that they call member, the people themselves that they join the lodge, the people themselves that they join the thing in the Gmail planet and with the G planet, they join the thing. You see Patrick in a big lodge clothes. This are the phobia, witchcraft. Things people don't want to hear it, but you come out, listen to me. Time they happen in this country when everything needs to burn. I think this country needs to burn. This country needs to burn out the people who do the badness. This country will have all we the bottom, the struggle, can't reach the top. You think that you can't reach the top because the family lineage, me poor and you poor. You can't reach the top because how they happen. The same people at top don't want to be reach the top. So Jerry Enriquez, look on the ombudsman. I want you to talk about the ombudsman. What happened to him? What happened to him? In our PUP, in our Garifuna, explain to me now and teach to people what happened to him, Cyril. Tell me why he know. I don't explain Jerry and just explain, Mr. You're a Garifuna heritage guy, ombudsman. You know why that catchy?
Tell me.
Why you explain? If you want to be real, why you explain it to me? Because I believe you know where I come from when I talk. I don't talk long, but you know why they were paying me there.
There are, brethren, I have my speculations. You know, I have my speculations. Of course, it's wrong. It's wrong. There's no question about that. Huh?
Who do it for? UDP do it?
We can't say that UDP, and not UDP in a power.
So that PUP do it. No, we got that.
Mm-hmm.
Who do it to the man? The Attorney General, the PM. Where you calling them? Then they are high treason. None of these men in power, not Devin Daly, but just getting a power. Johnny Briceño, whether the highest senior PUP, what they call the senior PUP, none of them own nothing in this country. None of them own the coffers. None of them own nothing. When you get there and say, then you give away something, then they give away the GST money right back to the people. But that's when they want everybody them continue to live this dream we live in. We live in a generated dream world Well, wait, that is made by the UDP, at the top. And you know why they want me dead or silent? And why they can't play with me because, listen to me, they know. They hire a lot of gangbangers to kill me in the past. The red and the blue. But where God brings the up to change things, they can't kill. They can't kill me. They can't get rid of me. Me not good now. Me not play little boys. Me not molest little 16-year-old girl. Me not do that thing. And Dangriga got a big problem with this thing. That's why maybe God have it in a darkness too, because they have a hidden thing that Dangriga where the older guys they play little kids and they do it because then they're in the same court system and they use their money for buy little kids. And it happen and people need to shed light on that. They even light up Dangriga. And when people don't want to hear, I don't post about it, so nothing not hidden from me. And no care what where they bring or witchcraft. I claim to a spiritual warrior. I have a big God behind me, Bricenio, and whoever I tell the truth about. If you go to heaven this year, that's the way I dream about it. But I not tell him yet. Oh, if you go to heaven this year, so that will be the greatest news I believe ever here. And hope that broke the curse over the UDP and few people. Because I can tell you this one thing, one thing before I say something. You know, Ashcraft have all the account information of every politician in this country. The account information, but you not release it because he work like the IMF. If that's what I say, Bricenio could say, when he tells Bricenio, shut him out and slap Bricenio in his face. Ashcraft, he slapped them in their face, he kissed them, he hugged them, he do anything. Stop their tongue, come here about their
listen, I wanna get on track here, right?
Yeah.
Let's get on track.
Yeah, man.
There is a fight in progress.
Yeah, man.
We have the PUP having a hell of a time. We gotta stay focused, my brother. We can't get distracted.
Yeah.
While we are pay attention, while we are be vigilant and circumspect, we can't get distracted. Now, without speculating, I want to ask you. So we had an individual that commented on the flyer that I posted, which announced that you're going to be on my show tonight. He said, ask Raymond Rivers why he didn't go protest BTL, this BTL acquisition. Why didn't you attend? You made you hold on, start over because you got disconnected. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I explained to you. We're going back to Tracy again and Ashcraft. I know when I know the people out there at the end of the call, member. Go back to what I on the video from when that started the morning to the night and the next day. All the people I've been around all the people and tell them about themselves every Japan. And you have to trace it to everyone and then all the union members. I have told them about themselves. All of them evil. No evil people lead me. I don't give a damn about Dean Smith. I don't give a damn about Miss Waite, the CWU president. All these people evil.
Why?
I'm not trying to roll it then. Because they want to mix up and mingle it then and listen to me. I don't mix up, mingle it then. Cool. Don't link with Ashcraft and I Ashcraft. I don't want to hear nothing about no Ashcraft. I don't want to speak to Ashcraft. I don't want to mingle with Ashcraft where this man don't suck with the country. The treaty is Ashcraft. So I know we're going to follow no UDP and no fake union leaders. Because what they do right there, this thing still our sign. It's still our sign. Because we don't understand that Tracy Allen in our big, the UDP and POP are one big cult. The police are a cult. And until you don't understand that, everybody question me about one thing like about Tracy and this and that and Ashcraft. They want to hold red and blue stone to continue vote and vote and vote and vote and vote and live in a frustration and poverty and darkness. Until we understand that then people are need to we need to get rid of them people all together. Just get rid of them, bro.
So let me ask you. So what is the solution? Because evidently, they happen overnight. What is the solution, step by step?
The solution. Oh, I like that person who asked the question just now. Search down. I need to answer some question before I bring in the solution. That's the question that I asked tonight.
Hold on. 1 second. One second. So he says, Raymond Rivers Jr., you are talking for yourself. You seem to be a POP messenger, Cordell messenger. Abner said, I was there at the protest representing the independent movement for the Belizean people. So is that the comment you're referring to? So he said,
I touch about two and Abner. POP that about messenger. About here, a lot of POP. So when UDP me mess up, never got no traction. POP, one that's when around me they control things. Yes, nobody no want to roll it, Bricenio, nobody. You know how they start build traction? At the T-Cals in the Smith, and then start build traction after the Stevedore, they close down the port, and then start build traction after Cola, and then start build traction after the Union. But well, I don't tell the devil around me every day. I left all the devil if you come to this time. Because listen to me. You cannot move our people. We're slow. We don't know where they move for. That's why I never move the Belizean people. You see me call a protest, but Belizean people slow. You can't call a protest without a permit. You can't call a protest without a permit. And when I give you the solutions after this, I could explain to you why I not get no permit. But I show you this too. The Belizean people themselves that are worst enemy. So I don't see nothing to get better, bro. People them ride room at night, then I wait, then I wait that, then I walk a man, then they roll it Colts. And that's how we got the country right now way there because look at Johnny Briceño scrap. Because you how the cold dress. These people have millions and millions of dollars, even billions of dollars. But when they do for poor people and when they do for uplift we, but they still want more million. When they don't, if we not stand up, if people not stand up, if we
So
people not stand up, this thing, but then people are hungry for money.
I wanna focus though. So what is your reason? Why didn't you attend? Now I can tell you I wanted to be there. I too, just to be fair, I didn't attend as well.
Working on mysterious ways. God now I send you that nothing where hypocrites pile up. You're a ton of hypocrite. You see all the people out there? Every jack one of them, part of the problem. Every one of them will be there BTL. Every single one, only channel 7, that to say real out of that whole set of people. So 10 people, real. I don't trust nobody from it. NTUCB. Ella, wait, I don't trust she. I have war against she than NTUCB. She, Schumann get up and holler left that one more man than Steve. I don't know meeting. When we elect most high, I could tell you things who have been behind the scene and call police to me at a union meeting. Can I tell you? One witch they behind the union and wizard. We control the worker's mind. We control the teacher's mind. When I'm meeting with a set of witch and wizard, the only thing I want to happen in a meeting is a detail. God send down some brimstone and get rid of all of them. The face of the earth. And I saw this country could light up, Dangriga with it. The people go there and the bank borrow 40,000 when they want without no problem. The social security board stop lending all the money and give granny. 2, 3, 400, not $99. Bro, this country is a pile of fucking ass.
Brother, continue.
Sorry about that, but at the end of the day, I'll show you what we did. And if the people of this country don't understand, directly down we're gonna no light. We're going back to lamp because you don't understand the people who run this country. You see the amount of blood we're spilling in this country, in a big city, and the country are far too dead. Juice to spill on the street here. Nobody care. They want to take out every one away if we continue to vote with these red and blue and Bricenio people. And listen to me, a big racism thing will happen. What do you think Johnny no move? Because Johnny have a fully Spanish group of people wrong, only Curdle and Devin
So let's pause. Let's pause a bit. Hold on 1 second. Now, as mentioned, you have a whole lot of information and a lot of interesting information. I want to make it clear to my viewers, anybody who make it on this show, as long as they are respectful, they have the opportunity to express themselves the way they wish to express themselves, whatever knowledge they have and how they choose to express themselves. Now, whether or not I engage, whether or not I correct, whether or not I agree or disagree, that is up to my prerogative. That's for me to determine. Raymond Rivers, you seem to be on fire. You're really, like myself, dissatisfied with the status quo, with the current administration. Now, I want to, some of our viewers, and before I proceed, let's just put on the table here. One, ever since I decided to speak out and to connect with individuals, like-minded individuals, people who want better for their community, people who want better for the country, for their town, I made the decision that people will come at me. People will attack me. People will line up their soldiers to say whatever. With all that said, I want to remind all of you, even those of you who are commenting, as long, and some of you who have commented have come on this live before, as long as we're respectful. Anybody can come on here, as long as you're respectful. All of us have our opinion. Some of us, we have so much we want to share. And it's not always an easy thing to maintain a conversation and for it to be flawlessly consistent. So let's be respectful one toward another. All right. Now, my brother, some of the comments are saying you are a Cordell PUP loyalist, though you might not. To me, from what I'm hearing, you don't seem to be committed to any political party, but that's just my interpretation. This is this is the first time you and I are kind of chopping it up like this.
Yeah.
What part of that is true, if any?
People Understand where I come from? Family. I grew up in a where I feel love for 9 years, where I see the country that in a love. I 1978. People tell me start watch your world, my nephew. Start watch geopolitics, start watch politics, start watch your politician, start watch everybody. Because listen to me, this world where we live in before this is change, and I could show you where it change. Rate is zero. When me go in my granny and my grandpa, then we because some of the old dead. When we grew up, I grew up in a time before the internet, and I grew up in a time with the internet. I grew up in a time where the pure peace, where the people in harmony, and I ache for that back. I want it back. I need it back. But where make the whole thing, make this country turn into a dark world, a dark country, or a country when I light up the people, they war by each other, the people they witchcraft each other, these things. We make the country turn like that because we can get the internet, and we can get American influence from the Belizean, overlay the Belizean culture. We have to rewrite this by overlay the Belizean culture. I get to Colonel, I call today. But people in the comments don't want to hear the long story. They want to hear the short story. But
wait, before you go any further, what are you referencing in terms of Obia, by the way?
Bro, they have politicians. So they big ring our chain. They big ring our chain thing around their hand. You know why they gonna get that? Yeah. You know why they gonna get that? They gonna get that. What are you referencing in terms of to protect themselves? They get it. And the man who do it do a bigger job when he do it to the people. Because remember that science, the heavy science in the deal with. So the man who got that power they could protect the politician, and the politician know why he want protection. The politician want protection because he know he do bad, he know he do evil, he know he the thief, he know they put the money in the community where the money belongs. You know the people they slave, and he said that he want to keep them as slave for 3,000 years if they could keep the Belizean people as slave. We just got our independence in 1981, 44 years. But these are the people behind the scenes that still have to come back to it. So the people could know and the people could wake up. They don't want I tell you no. They don't want I tell you no. So sometimes when you say I go off track, but because of that, the people then are the problem where control this thing towards that. But over, you know about over. I realize see, I grew up, I say, when I first fear necromancy and Obia, when I see one of my teacher get Obia, when they say Obia she, and I said, boy, this thing serious. And I said, how far these men could go? And then I see my politicians start get the big ring, the big chain, and I said, yeah, but they're evil. Where then they hide from? Where you to protect yourself from? You to protect yourself from people when they want to kill you. So you do something real bad. You protect the generations from who? You give millions for who? They put the money in the community, if you left up the community, and have the people live like slaves. Say who? We did talk about a lot of them at top. So this and I not dumb. I not dumb. I never been to a older man in my life. You know I believe in a higher power, higher science, and higher God. That's why I put my trust in our unseen God where He helped me. I never been to an older man. Yeah, all the bad times I've been through, I never think about what an older man. Never ever think about it. How hard to get Prime Rivers. You know what Johnny Briceño did to me? Johnny Briceño sell the port. Use my name in the House of Representative. That time there, I done. I just want to say this. This I just want to say this how their people are treated. treat we as black people. Use my house in the house, use my name in the house of representative. We sell the port, Yes, Rivers and Steve Adore got a job for life now. You know, collect Monday, how get on the CL, National Assembly, and Senate, and say, Rivers could get back a job because you know I don't take the vaccine. And I don't take the bioweapon vaccine where they kill out the masses right now where people don't want to talk about. When people don't want to talk about the bioweapon vaccine, I don't take it and I stop work. 5 guys I know the work.
So,
But I want to say this, bro. Make I don't say this. The PM tell me. I call the PM and I tell the PM, right, bro, where you going? You can't give up my job because when you use my name in the local house of representative, my union leader, Fox Vasquez, come up against me for make I don't have my job for 5 years. They don't know how I feed my picnic. They don't know how I live. They don't know the hardship where I got through. But they were gonna stop up against me. Try to come up against me and say all the abnormal and everything alive. Then they are the one where they eat the food. Where they molest the lead big down. Where they all of them. Even the PM, he sleep with one of the same big man where he does the contract woman. Okay? They didn't want to bring it hard. But when I bring it hard, the ball. Scrap son. Scrap ball there. They bring it hard for me. Because they know I stand for. I want to make the Belizean people in this country have money to live and be happy about, bro. For Belizean could go to a bank and borrow 40,000 for build a house, and the government put one down payment for that so people have for the stress every day. I want every Belizean have their nice car. I want every youth grow up with a mindset that they teach them the truth in a school. They know about farming, how to build a house from scratch to top, from bottom to roof, for a youth man.
brother, in the interest of time, I want to thank you. You're, you seem to know a lot. You know a whole lot. I want to give you the opportunity to close off, to conclude by asking you. We talk about BTL and the Speednet acquisition. We talk about why you believe Johnny Briceño should resign. We talk about which leader you seem to agree with, who's fittest for Belize. Johnny Briceño, Colonel Hyde, Tracy Panton. Now, before we close out, this is Dangriga Unmuted. We unmute the truth, we demand change. Before we close out, you seem to have some information about Dangriga as well and how we function. When you step back, you live in the city, Belize City, correct?
Correct.
You live in Belize City. What is your viewpoint of Dangriga? You mentioned some things as to the mindset. You mentioned about coming to Dangriga, it just looked dark. What is your mindset? And I want us to take this moment just to address Griga for a bit. Knowing what you know, your residency has always been in the city. What is your perception?
Where do I was fast this quick I climb 1 hours. I pay and there and white. I've been throughout the country. I've spent months in Dangriga. I have experienced the culture first hand. All the building of temples and listening to people and being deep in the culture. People don't notice. That's people how I move. I move with nice that I come to figure out what happened here. I've been in the temple when they do the go. I have been in everything. I see that I could tell you when I'm in the grow up in a real culture. They had this stigma about the Garifuna people and oh, they want to this and don't deal with that Garifuna woman because they want to this and that. So I know a person where like find out things myself. And in my years, I start go to Dangriga and I start go to different districts like Corozal and I study each one of them, not southeast or with that I studied and I've been there for over 6 months at various times. I've been down there for the 19th and everything. But the problem is with Dangriga, the elites at the top will never, ever help the place to be a tourism hub. We need to understand that Belize and Dangriga should be fully Spanish by the year 2050. They would like to wipe out the two communities. It's something crazy to them, but it's not crazy to me because I've seen nation turn white like Brazil, Argentina, where it was fully black. We are put at the bottom of the barrel for a reason. That killed out 142 people per year, the black people. They don't want to build the commerce back there for the black Garifuna people. Who culture they use every year? Who culture they use every day on the tourism ship? Other people. But yet you are not entitled to fix their community. They fight a small community like Dangriga, because I call it small, because we have 60,000 Belizeans here in this city here. You know, you say you want to have 11,000. It's easy to fix Dangriga. If I got Ibrahim Traore, if I got Ibrahim Traore mind, Dangriga easy to fix. It will never be fixed because the same people, same so-called leaders willing to the red and the blue in your communities, well, for all this street, they have somebody where control the mind of the people and make them stay red or blue. Until that end, until you know, go find my Cyril, get the red or blue, I could turn Dangriga green. Then you know, go link up with revolutionists like me to uplift in the country. Yes, you don't leave street. People don't leave street. But that street not come out of that person pocket. That person thief hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do that street. Be real. Any street that top, but believe it, Dangriga. Hundreds and hundreds of thief. Every street they thief. The thief got that money, but I know they said that one that Dangriga they thief. They said the one that believes that they thief up the money. The one that Dangriga they have no one somebody do that. I know it's that one thief. But they're not uplift we. Where you think them want get rid of the stevedore? 300 families. Me I left out in the cold. It's a scrap. Me have a way if I never did it. 300 families. And we talk about 300 families with 7 people in there. So 7 times 3, we talk about 21 people not have one income for Southside Belize if the port of Belize go down. If the port of Belize 2,100 people, well, they are chaos to society because they don't have nothing. The government, they roll with the Jesuit, the Illuminati, and the Programman. They want to bring me down.
Now, Raymond, I want to give you the final minute, to conclude, to talk to the people, include how we started this discussion, talking about the acquisition, include the current individuals who could likely become leader of this country. We have Tracy Tega, we have Colonel Hyde, and the rest that you mentioned. Just talk to the people, all right? I want you to summarize everything you've shared with us tonight. Very informative. You have the microphone.
Yeah, well, people are telling this. Whatever I said no should not be said. Because whatever I say, don't hit on the brain or ears, and you hit more brain or ears. But they don't want to know the truth. These here are smart and a big Ponzi scheme between two friends. rob the people. Village, Ashcraft and the Bricenio. It shouldn't happen. We should stay with Smart on their own and Detail on their own. Listen to me. Other day I went to Smart. Detail. Detail tell me I won $1,600 and I can't get a postpaid because I have to pay the $1,600. You know why though? I just get the bill, and I got a Smart and I get my postpaid. So now, if you hold BTL, you can't get nothing from BTL. And Smart and detail link to this thing where believe that not the sick one, digital ID and digital currency. That's why they want to merge the two one. And they want to do it. They'll have to do it. Because the other they call for America, Ashcraft. So they want to merge that they will do it. They only mad defiant to make it happen. But the people have to stand up. When it comes to Colonel, no. The union can move Johnny Briceño, no. But where the union the protest? BTL. Why not protest Johnny? If you move Johnny, we have people like Cyril, me, like at least about 70 more people who have this Ibrahim Traore mind. We know how to uplift cities, uplift people, better people lives. We could go and talk to the IMF like real man. We could talk to the USA like real man. We could talk to Trump like real man. None of these men in a PUP don't got to bowl us. We need men in bowl us. Tracy, she's compromised. She's the Ashcraft puppet. She come out this guy came from the PUP, my name Judge Mr. Espat. She come out the Espat camp. All these things are red flags, so she can't be no PM. You check one young youth for Gail and her UB want to be the PM and UDP. You're not a day old dinosaur and they like to tell you that God tell me that. And God tell me that UDP dead forever. So I don't answer the second question. The third question, I just want to tell Belizean whatever I want the fan show many. I'm going to read my post because my posts are open on the mind. And the truth will come out. People don't want to hear this truth tonight. People don't want to hear it. But this country will be a country of peace, harmony, love. The murder rate will be under 10 by 2030. I don't care what none of them say. So we're going to get with it. People get with it or going to get out of it.
As I close out, brother, I just want to, only because I echo this question that Abner is asking, I believe I understand your position. So hold on 1 second, hold on, brother, hold on. I believe I understand your position. So what do we do? Do we join the PUP? Do we remain independent? What do we do? Give me this answer in 30 seconds so we could close out.
We delete the central government and go back to before the central government take over community. That's why we still have village council. Delete the central government, so we're not going to eat that up. Go back to village council because village council that's the first thing we had before the budget give the central government. That was waste. The money go to them for thief. Then they trickle it down to the village council. None at all. So I either get rid of the village council or get from our central government because that village council is the place where it start. The village, the people in the village, in the community, where see where they happen. Central government, they not them up in the ESD all day. So this is why I want the country for too. We central government, but we empower the village council.
My brother, this has been very informative.
Yes, brother.
Thank you for the time. I look forward to connecting with you again in the future. I appreciate you joining me tonight. Yeah, but respect to you, my brother. We'll be in touch. So that was my brother and fellow fighter, Raymond Rivers. You guys could go check out his page. He really does share a whole lot of interesting information. I will take a quick break just to express condolences to my brother and friend, his son that passed away. I want to share this video on his behalf, and then I'll be back as soon as this video concludes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, there's a place for people like you. If you stand up for those down on their knees and lend a voice to those who cannot speak, if you shine a little light, give sight to the ones who've lost their way, there's a place for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people like you. If you walk around with your heart on your sleeve, and if you're trying to be the change you wanna see, if you lay down your life for love so someone could be saved, there's a place for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold. Oh, yeah.
It's so hard for us to know who are the go. If, for example, Uruwei is onto something, there is somebody, again, along with the corruption thing again, there is somebody who it is not convenient to follow that. So they're going to fight against you because they want to align themselves with somebody who they are benefiting from. So one of the things that we have to do as a people is to learn to be selfless in our efforts at achieving total goals for our people. We tend to be very individualistic.
Dollar for dollar, the best port, natural port in the country is right here at Commerce Bight, and something has to be done for the people of Dangriga to benefit more from that port.
We leave the doors to our communities wide open to exploitation, wide open to neglect, wide open to disrespect, expecting that somebody will come and do what needs to be done for us.
Commerce Bight, that's one of our biggest issues as far as economically in downtown. The problem is that those people in high offices in this country, they are not accountable to us. Everybody the hustle, guess who not the hustle? We. It's like a communist system where you keep the vast majority of people poor, so they always want.
Friends, family, greetings again. A blessed evening, good night to each and every one of you. I want to thank all of you for joining tonight. Thank each and every one of you for tuning in. This platform, this platform is open to anyone that has anything valuable to say, as long as you're talking about issues that might be affecting all of us, as long as you are honest, as long as you're truthful, as long as you're not slandering anyone. Now, as to how we choose to express ourselves, all of us have our unique ways. Some are we too passionate, some are we have things that bother us so much, and those are the things we press on the most. For me, topics like commerce bite will always come up. Topics like Jerry Enriquez fighting for redistricting, the government spending taxpayers' money to fight against fair representation. Topics like BTL wanting to acquire Speednet Smart. BTL is for the people. We, the people, have majority shares. This deal, if you do your research, the Bricenio family will benefit a great deal. You know how much is $90 million? Some only know how $1,000 look. It might be, for those of you who know and have seen money way more than that, some people don't even know how $1,000 look. You know how much that? 1 million, much less 90 million. That way, we the people, and we didn't even understand all the terms and stipulation, the legalities of what's happening to this BTL Speednet acquisition. I want to ask all of you on behalf of all the other activists, including myself. We know that some will come and attack us. We know that some will come and talk against us. We know that those who have a little bit more money than we do will organize their soldiers to speak against us. Before you say or do anything, think about your action. Question if what is being said is true or false. Question is if what is being said comes with any type of agenda. Wednesday, 8 p.m., every Wednesday night, I come on live to give you updates mostly about Dangriga, what's going on in our town. And that will continue. And I encourage all of you, for those of you who have sent information my way and say, hey, look into this, I encourage you to keep doing that. We need to be responsible. We need to hold ourselves accountable for the progress of our town, for our communities. So each and every one of you here in Dangriga, in the diaspora, you have, for those of you in different parts of the country and the states, or wherever you may be, who have connections here. Stay connected. Know what's happening in your town. You have a right to know. You're obligated to know. So many things are happening that we don't know about, that you should know about. Those of you who haven't registered to vote yet, go and register to vote. Those of you who have registered and keep selling your vote depending on the next election, depending on campaign season, take a moment to reflect. Reflect on the fact that we keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Your children will be like you, will likely be like you, depending on politicians. These people are getting paid to look out for us, to make sure that we live better lives. But that is not happening. They keep doing for themselves, for their friends, their families, and their soldiers. Get the bulk of the crumbs. Let's be responsible citizens. My name is King Cyril Uruwei. Join me every Wednesday at 8 p.m. for Dangriga Unmuted. We're going to keep unmuting the truth and demand change. See you again, 8 p.m. next week, Wednesday.